Hello everybody, it's Oxide, and today we're gonna interview some furries. Yeah.
Hello, I am Anubis. I am a friend of Oxide's.
Hello, my name's Raymond B. Colley.
Okay, it's been a while. Thanks for having me.
What's up? I'm Togo Wolf. Yeah, a little bit about myself. I am an electrical engineer for a rail and signaling company. I program train control computers. I'm a U.S. Air Force reservist. I'm an electrician on airplanes. I'm a musician, a singer, and a clarinet player. And obviously, I'm a fursuiter.
Hello! How's it going? I'm JT, and I'm being interviewed today by Oxide Crux. Hi!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Hun the Hound here to answer questions sent in by you, the fans. And by that, I mean Oxide.
Hi guys, a person called Oxide Crux has asked me to answer a couple of questions about the fandom, and well, my interpretations of them anyway.
So, without further ado, let's get to it. Question 1. How long have you been in the furry fandom?
Officially, I've been in and out of the fandom a couple times for 7 years. I have faced some issues with some of the fandom, as in there's some subgroups that are not exactly friendly to newcomers that I've had to put up with. So, kind of maybe 6-7 years.
I've been in the fandom now for officially a year, but I think I've been a furry since I've been about 10 years old, I think.
How long have I been in the fandom? Well, it's going on a while now. About, let's see, joined up in 2010, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Going on 9, close to 10 years. 10 years of the furry fandom so far. And boy, has it been a ride.
Let's see. I think it was probably like a good 7 or 8 years ago when my girlfriend Safira and I first established that we were furries. It was when we first discovered the fandom. You know, we actually at the time had a couple of roleplay characters who were wolves. And we really didn't know anything about the fandom at all, but then when we discovered it, it was like, hey, this is us. This is pretty cool. But it wasn't until about 3 years ago when we became active in the fandom. That's when we started making fursuits. That's when we started going to conventions and stuff like that. So, yeah, officially 3 years. Yeah. But anyway, it's been a very fun 3 years. I've had a lot of fun with it. Made so many great friends. Had some amazing experiences. So, yeah, I'm really great. Why can't I talk tonight? I'm really glad to be here.
I've been in the furry fandom about, since 2006, officially. Although I was lurking on the outskirts of the fandom since about 2004, early 2004, reading webcomics and just kind of figuring out what furry was. So, those were, my pre-fandom days. So yeah, basically, almost 15 years? God, I'm old.
January 2017. I think I technically might have been in a little bit longer. I bought my wife a fursuit first. I was like, I don't want to do this. This looks dumb. And then I saw how much fun she was having, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. So I saw this pre-made up on Lazy Loop on Fur Affinity, slid the credit card, and here we are.
That is about 7 or 8 years. Yeah, pretty long time.
Those are all good answers so far, yes. Okay, question 2. Who was your inspirations upon joining the fandom?
That is a tricky one. Well, I kind of just found it my own. I used to just browse the internet as a child, and I came across a forum talking about furries, and I was like, what's a furry? I looked into it, I researched it, and I was like, oh, this seems like fun, so I kind of just dived into it my own. There was no one that said, hey, you should join the fandom and go, enjoy it, it's fun.
My inspiration basically for joining the fandom officially was when I saw Oz Kangaroo on Twitter. There was also Zootopia played a huge part as well. So
My inspirations. You got a lot of inspirations. Well, of course, with this lovable face, you got Al Capone is, inspired by Al Capone and all the Italian mob movies and stuff like that. But I say my biggest inspiration of all time was my own mother. Because when I joined up the fandom, I was doing art and stuff like that. And I was lucky to have a mom that encouraged my creativity. And we would watch stuff like The Goodfellas and stuff like that. And when I started doing the voice and stuff, she says, that's good, do it, do it. So yeah, inspiration's got to be my mama, God rest her soul, and a couple furs, that believe in me, when a lot of other people don't.
Well, obviously Saphira was. She was a big inspiration of mine. She discovered the fandom and was the one who really introduced me to it, kind of filled me in on the details of it and made it more enticing. For a long time, I was kind of iffy if it really was something I wanted to get involved in. I saw some clips from conventions and stuff like that. It's like, okay, people who show up and dress up in animal costumes. That's cool, but kind of weird. I don't know if that's something I want to be a part of, but then she started showing me some clips of certain suitors like Telephone. Telephone was definitely a big inspiration of mine. When I first saw her, just how she acts, like she's just such a great actor to begin with. But how she portrays her character, just how original it is and how realistic she makes it, and it's really cute to begin with. So seeing that, I was just like, oh my gosh, I did not know that people got that into their characters. That's really cool. And, then I started looking up more clips of her and more clips from conventions and stuff like that. And I remember seeing like, oh my gosh, fursuit games, fursuit dance competitions, various events that happen. I'm like, this is looking more and more fun. It just seemed like it was something that I really would like to be a part of. And ironically, what finally sold it for me was when I saw a program from Anthrocon, and there was a meet and greet for military furries. I was just like, there's military furries? Okay, I'm sold. I want to go to one of these. So yeah, Saphira, Telephone, Taiko Asi was definitely a big inspiration of mine. He was one of the first people I talked to online. He's a really cool fursuiter. He's a fellow engineer. And when I talked to him online, he shared all kinds of experiences that he'd had with public fursuiting. And I mean, he's been all over the place. From what I gather, he's pretty well known in public in his hometown. He has been in parades, he's made appearances at festivals and so on. And he's public fursuited in places that he's had to travel for his job too. I think he did it in the Middle East, for crying out loud. So yeah, and the other big inspiration for me was my good friend Fang, who I also met through the fandom. And he's the one who took me public fursuiting for the first time in downtown Pittsburgh, which was an absolute blast. We've been really good friends since then, and he actually made me the best man for his wedding recently, which was pretty cool.
I was really inspired by everybody, pretty much. I mean, we all inspire each other, right? Like, just everything about seeing all the fursuiters, the art, and all the, interaction, the awesome community. That in itself is inspiring. Anybody who followed me, who, liked my art or encouraged me, definitely inspiring. And Furry Haven was the forum that I first joined with Catalina. Hi, honey. Inspired me to really get deep into the fandom and, officially call myself a furry. But really, the entire fandom in general is pretty inspirational to me.
I don't know if really it was an inspiration, but I have a friend in California. We'll go by the name of Oz. He's a younger gentleman that was helping me run an anime shitposting page called Anime Pick of the Day, which we still run. And he's like, I want to start a furry page. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you're going to help me run it. Okay, I don't have any furry pictures. I just get my anime pictures off of Jobaru and post them there. So, no, here, you go to E621, and then, you look at furry pictures on E621 long enough to look to post online, you eventually find something that sparks your interest. And I'm like, okay, so 90% of this is weird. Some of it I might get into. And then my wife was looking at fursuits and wanted to make one. And then, yeah, it kind of started from there. The Facebook page for the furries one is called Just Furries as well. So subscribe there.
When I joined, I didn't really know anyone, so no one, I guess, just me. I was my own inspiration. Yay.
Wow, cool. Okay, question 3. If you weren't in the fandom, what would you see yourself doing?
That's a tricky one because I'm what I call a light furry. I don't do the fandom as much as others. I'm not interwoven. I think the only difference is I wouldn't have as many friends. I have great friends. I have Oxide, who's a great guy. I have a couple other fur friends I've met because of the fandom. And I wouldn't have my lovely Anubis. So that is definitely some things that, if it weren't for the fandom, I wouldn't have. Otherwise, I'd still be collecting video games and still doing my usual college BS.
If I wasn't in the fandom, I think I'd be very, very bored, to be honest. This fandom means everything to me.
Without the fandom, huh? Man. Oh, well, before I joined the furry fandom, I was in the Star Trek fandom. And I was in the Klingon stuff. And cosplay, stuff like that, And the superheroes. I don't know if I'd still be in that or not, because I don't like repetition. I don't like seeing the same thing done over and over and over again. It just, you hang yourself with that stuff, I went into a convention. It was my last cosplay convention, and it was around the time where you see, like, 15 to 20 Batmans, Harley Quinn's long enough to it falls off the edge of the earth, It's just the same thing, and I got bored with it. So I went to the Star Trek fandom. I joined them, went into the Klingons because I loved the battle and the honor, and yeah, fell into a trap, man. Same weapons, same armor, same color, same. The only thing different was the forehead because it was like a thumbprint, No one had the same forehead, and that was customization. You made your own style forehead thing. But thanks to modern television, they screwed up the Klingons. It took away the thumbprint, So without the fandom, I'd probably be in art, sculpting. I like painting minis for tabletop and stuff like that. So it's untelling where I would be without the fandom.
Well, before I got into the fandom, the biggest hobby that I had was I was a pretty avid YouTuber. I made a lot of what are called animated music videos, which is where you take clips from movies, TV shows, and so on, and find appropriate music that you think matches with it, and make music videos. I did a lot of fan dubs, some voice acting actually on YouTube, and I pretty actively pursued my musicianship. Like, I did some singing numbers on YouTube, so yeah, if I wasn't in the fandom, I still do that stuff on YouTube on my other non-furry channel, but nowhere near as much as I used to, so I think that's probably what I would be doing.
Probably the same thing that I am doing now, except without the furry element. So I'd still be playing music and making art, but maybe for some other community. Who knows? Maybe I'd be a brony.
Let's see. I probably would be in a competitive sweating contest. No. No, I think, I don't know what I'd do. I think I would just do what I'm doing now, just with less furry stuff. I fly drones. I have an RC car channel. I would just keep doing that and get better at that. But no, now I devote my time to being a giant blue dog.
The truth is, I wouldn't be here because the fandom is that much to it that without it, I don't know what I'd do.
Yep. Okay. Number 4. What is your thoughts about furry conventions?
They're perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect. There's always, like, there's rainforest. That's not perfect. We don't talk about rainforests. I don't know what the age rating is on Oxide's channel, but they're good. They're pretty good. They raise money for charities, for good causes. You get to meet some awesome people, get some awesome merch. I got my Nubis from a con. Get to hang out with a lot of good friends. Great events, great panels. They're pretty fun. They're pretty good. And they show a brighter side to the fandom that not many other things can. So, without a doubt, yeah, definitely good things. That's what conventions are. They're very good.
My thought on conventions are, I wish I could go to more of them to meet more furries, because they're very friendly. I just love all of them.
Furcons. Yeah. I love me a Furrycon. I do. I love them. The atmosphere and stuff. But I do have one beef with a furry convention, and that's the whole reason. I started thinking in years ago, about 8.5 years ago, of where I created World Wild Fur Camp. Because I don't like the politics of a furcon. I don't like the business end of a furcon because it's just too expensive. It is. I mean, some people argue with me, and that's fine, you know. Outdoors and camping isn't for everybody. But to pay hundreds upon hundreds of dollars just for a hotel room, and it's not counting your registration, and you got to have money for your own food, you got to have money for gas back home. You did all that, and it's burned a hole in your wallet, and you're just walking around a dealer's den, broke, crying, And some will argue, will save your money. Some of us don't have that, I don't want to say luxury, but the way the economy is. I just knew there was a better way, and I worked hard at it to prove that there was, But I love furry cons. I do. I go to them as much as I can. And I respect all the people at fur cons that do what they do. my very first con that I was basically born in was Furry. And I love that place. I even checked out the new place that they went to. Perfect, man. I got nothing bad to say about them. Carbone quality.
Oh my gosh. Conventions, man, they are just such a freaking blast. I've been to a few of them now. Every single one has just been like the time of my life. I think it's really cool. First of all, getting to be around thousands upon thousands of other people that share this common interest, you know, this very odd common interest. Not only who enjoy the same thing, but they just get it. You know, it's so interesting just being around other people like that. And it's super fun. You know, where else can you be around a couple thousand fellow adult kids? And I think that probably one of my favorite things about them is they just have this very innocent undertone to them. You know, it feels like, you know, you're definitely hanging out with adults, but at the same time, you're kind of letting your inner child out. And that's kind of how I view it when I put this thing on. And it's fun. You just do so many things that are so fun and so unique. And it's very positive. It's commonplace to give hugs to strangers, so where else can you get an experience like that? So whenever I leave a convention, I am just smiling from ear to ear. And I definitely recommend them to anybody who has any interest in the fandom at all.
Furry conventions are amazing. They're awesome, incredible, and I wish I could go to more. I'm glad they exist, and I'm glad that they are enriching the fandom experience, bringing people together, and creating so many awesome memories and moments. They're great. They're great. Don't put that because copyrights. I don't want to piss off Tony. He's already been through a lot. Let's just leave Tony alone, okay?
Well, my thoughts on furry conventions are, I'm going to compare them to anime. I've gone to a lot of anime conventions, and it was always kind of like a thing of trying to figure out what they're from, and you know, it was a lot of, it was the gamers, it was the anime people, it was the this and that. It was all pushed together. The furry community, the furry conventions are just, you're all there for the same reason. You're not there, one's there for this, one's there for that. You're all there for the same reason, the same interest. It's a lot more friendlier. I feel like you can go up and talk to anybody. Where in an anime convention, I can't really go up and talk to anybody. I can, but it's like, I don't know what to talk to you about. You fight me on this, I don't care. Furry conventions smell a little bit better than anime conventions. Now, anime conventions and furry conventions both smell after a couple of days, but I think the furry one's a little bit better because the smell is kind of contained into the suits. So, like, unless you don't get near anybody, you won't really smell anything.
To be honest, I think they're some of the most amazing collaborations and all so many people close together that it's just amazing. So much energy put into one spot. It's concentrated amazingness. It's just unbelievable. You can tell I'm excited because I can't get my words out. It's just absolutely amazing thing being at a furry convention and just, well, it might be different from people to people, but for me, going from place to place to place to place to place for all these different and amazing people that I know or I've seen, just being at one place, it's amazing.
I think so too. Well, you know, yes, Okay, now, question 5. What does the furry fandom mean to you?
Like I said, I've dealt with a not-so-pleasant subgroup in the past. They're not very nice newcomers. It was just a group of furries that I've met who were rude to me and bashed on my first fursuit. But that's not the message of the group. That's not the message of the fandom, rather. The fandom's a very accepting fandom. They're very nice. There's a lot of people with kind hearts in the fandom, and I mean, I don't know what else to say from there. They're great people out there in the fandom with great hearts, and I know a lot of people in the fandom who have personally helped me, and it's like It's a very nice fandom. It's a very friendly place. I'd say about 80% is friendly. 85. Remember, rainforest. That's why 85.
Now, I mentioned this earlier on, but the fandom means everything to me and everyone in it. It's one of the best fandoms I've ever been in and been a part of.
The furry fandom, to me, is, I want to say, a saving grace. How sweet the sound. Because I struggle with this still. But there's things about me that are under this character, that this character helps me face those things and deal with those things that normally, when I take this off, I can't. They say a character is fake or it's make believe, but it's the person inside that created it, that gave it life. So really, it's not fake. It's a reflection of who you are inside, And I've got many characters. I got this one, Al Capone's little brother Ziggy Furley, the flower power pup hippie, And then there's those characters are fragments of me. But then there's another me that I just recently came out letting people know, because the person underneath this fur is actually transgender. And I have a character named Cookie Akiko that helps with that, coming out of a closet of fear, So it helps me face reality in a way that I can face it. And same for a lot of people in the fandom, facing anxiety, depression, stuff like that. It's just, the fan, to me, I want to say saved my life. That's what it means. It's a saving grace, man.
Ah, boy, where to begin? Well, for one, I will say that it definitely means a lot to me. It was something that I discovered, I don't want to say at a tough time in my life, but I think that maybe just it means a lot because of the fact that it gave me an outlet. It just gave me a chance to express this really goofy, silly side of myself, which, I really didn't have a place where I could, be like this in normal everyday life. Typically, if I was going to express an interest in cartoon animal characters or, my favorite Disney characters and so on, it typically was just in online forums and so on. Then I discovered this fandom, and, there's just tons and tons of people out there that are not only super obsessed with animal characters like I am, but, like to roleplay as them, dress up as them, have fun. And I gotta say that, when I discovered it and when I really became involved in it, it made me feel very much complete.
Means a lot, actually. Furry fandom is a huge chunk of who I am. It made me who I am today. It's a big pillar of my identity. It's something I'm very passionate about. I spend a lot of time, indulging in the furry fandom, and the friends that I've made are like family. I've actually gained family from the fandom. It's a huge part of who I am. I'd say it's been quite vital to my existence so far on this planet, and will continue to be for as long as I'm here.
I guess I can give the cheesy answer. Oh, it's my family. It's blah 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 blah. It's this and that. I mean, but it's kind of true. It's a social group that I didn't have before. It's a way to get out my creativity that I never would have been able to with just making RC car and drone racing videos. You know, it's a form of creativity for me. It's a form of learning, and you know, I get to meet some amazing people that do different walks of life and dress up like animals and draw animals and do all this stuff. So it's great to me for the learning and the growing aspect.
I mean, to me, it's everything. At least when I was younger as well, because now I've become more confident, more outgoing. I've become my own person through the fandom. I found myself through the fandom, and I'm amazing. It's helped me so much.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty. These are some great answers so far, guys. I love them so much. Yes. Alright, now it's time for question 6. What would be your top 3 species?
T-Rex, frog, jackal. Those are my top 3.
My 3 favourite species are dogs, obviously, wolves, and bunnies. They're my 3 favourite species. I can't help it. They're just really, really cute.
Top 3 species. Well, come on. This lovable husky is beautiful. I love huskies. I love wolves, doggos. But I'm also a brony. I love me a horse, a pony. So you got the wolfies, the doggos. You got the ponies. And the third one, I got to say, goats. Goats. Yep. Goats. That's all I got to say about it. End of story. That's the cool level of it. They don't even need an introduction. Goats.
Well, obviously I love wolves. I am just super fascinated by wolves. You know, they're beautiful. I love the species in general. I think it's really cool how wolf packs interact, how they protect each other, their role in the world. But any kind of canine, if I had to pick a second favorite canine, it would be huskies. I love huskies, love dog sled racing, and so on. But yeah, that's kind of too close to my first favorite. If I had to pick 2 other favorites, it would probably be some of the original species out there. Like, I love Dutch angel dragons. Like, after being introduced to the telephone for the first time and learning more and more about the Dutch angel dragon species, and you know, it's really cool. Just the story the telephone has created for them. I'm really fascinated by them, and they're very unique. They're really cool looking. They are very cute. They have a lot of fun. So yeah, there's that. And for third favorites, I think I'm going to say Sergal, just because it's so unique and different. I don't think I'd want a Sergal Sona, so to speak, but yeah, they're cool too.
Tigers, snaps, and tiger snaps. Maybe lynxes. Basically cats in general. How about big cats, small cats, all cats? I can't help it. I'm biased. Meow.
I'm not a speciesist, so I don't care. It's whatever. I mean, I could, if I had an interest in Dutch Angel Dragons, I would say I was a Dutch Angel Dragon. I don't have a, I don't care.
It would have to be wolves, Highland cows, because moomins, and number 3, that's a tough one. Number 3, I would have to say Number 3 is a difficult one, because there's so many amazing species out there. Hey.
Those are some good answers. Wow. Wow. Okay, who is your favorite fursuiter, favorite artist, favorite musician, or DJ?
Alright, DJ. I don't know many DJs. This guy I met at a convention thing at the WWFC, Nitro, great DJ, really awesome guy. YouTubers, I only know 3 furry YouTubers, because like I said, I'm not exactly a big furry. Oxide, shout out to you, you're awesome. So you're definitely in there. Right on! Hun the Hound is an awesome guy. I've met him personally. He's a great guy, kind-hearted. Hope he's watching, and if he is, well, first off, hi, and second off, you're an awesome dude. You really are. You put up with me. Right off the bat, that makes you awesome, because you could have told me to bug off. And lastly, Mark Sparks, another awesome guy in the fandom. Very nice. He took the time to go to the WWFC, and you met everyone. Really nice people. They're very nice. So, if you want to check out the channels, please do. Just look them up. They're very nice. I haven't watched their content, so I'm busy with college and sleeping. And
I don't really have a favourite fursuiter as such, but my favourites, there are a couple, but I'm only going to mention the 2 that are really important to me, which is Cosmic Wuffy and Greenie Wolf. They are my 2 favourite fursuiters ever.
Okay, my favorite soda of all, I'm gonna go with Mark's Box on this one. Soda. That's not fair because I have more than one. So I can't. Mark's Box. He's a cool guy. I met him at Anthro, Ohio, and he didn't have to come and talk to me. Outside, I wasn't even wearing my soap. I wasn't even. I wasn't the dog father. I was the kid inside here. And he came and talked to me. He was the guest of honor for the first World Wild Fur Camp, and he loved it, and I was happy that he loved it. Now I got a couple other favorite fursuiters because I can't say just one. I can't. There's too many people in this fandom that I've met that are just so cool. You got the Night Shine, you got the Vanguard Great Jedi, you got the Legacy Lion Jedi, Jedi furs, man, and you got the Hun the Hound, the big blue walking blueberry. I pick on him a lot. It's just so many. My artist, favorite artist. Oh boy. They know who they are because I go to them. I have bad memory. I do. I have bad memory on remembering names and stuff. But there's a lot of artists out there. I'm an artist myself, and to be fair, I can't put a favorite on a single artist because an artist, just like us furs, not one is the same. So I like a variety. I like different pictures, different styles. That's why I'm here, And musician, DJ, hands down, there's 2. There's 2 because they have different styles. And that is DJ Nitro and DJ Sparks tracks. Love them both. Mwah.
Favorite fursuiter? Well, let's see. I definitely love the people that have inspired me that I mentioned. You know, Saphira, obviously. I love Telephone. I love Tycho. Yeah, Fang and Minion, two of my closest friends as well. Besides that, let's see. I do like Kiwi Fox. Really cool guy. Let's see. Jip Cody. He's definitely up there. He's probably one of my favorite artists as well. Other favorite artists, Love Money, Asha. She owns Dream Vision Creations, and I'm just fascinated by everything she does for the fandom. Like, she actually made the base of my head, she made my claws, and my paw pads and so on. So she's a great artist. Let's see. I love Blonde Foxy. She runs, well, she's the co-owner of Don't Hug Cacti. Great artists, yeah, both in drawing art and sculpting and so on. So yeah, and let's see. Favorite musician and DJ? Oof, I freaking love Duke the Dancing Dog. I hope I get a chance to meet him one of these days. He unfortunately hasn't been able to be very active in recent times, but yeah, every one of his music videos I've ever seen, like, he does not only singing and dance numbers, you know, by himself and with his friends, but he has done a number of con dance videos where a whole crap ton of fursuiters get together and they just do like a line dance. Yeah, it's just so incredible. Makes me smile every time I see it. I hope that maybe he keeps doing them because I'd love to be a part of one day.
I can't really name names. I mean, there's so many awesome ones from all over the place. I'll name a couple of names, I guess. I mean, fursuiters, I like just most everybody. Like, just there's so many new suits coming out, and I haven't been to a lot of conventions, but I've met a lot of awesome fursuiters, and yeah, it's I can't just pick one, basically. Favorite artists, Max Black Rabbit was one that I got into when I got into the fandom. Like some of the furry webcomic creators, like David Hopkins from Jack, Mab from DMFA, and like the guy who does Two Kinds, and like it's just a bunch of furry webcomic artists, as well as Wolfie Nail, Miles DF, Casey, Christian Jaguar, some of them, Pack, does a lot of my FBA art, furry musicians, DJs, Furry Punk Rock Massacre, which, you know, they play, you know, some of the only music, punk rock music that I found in the fandom, and I just happen to like punk rock and be in the band, but also you know, I'm also a fan of Bucktown and Matthew Evil, a couple of the ones that inspired me. Yeah, there's a lot of talent in the fandom, and it would take forever to name everybody, but just know that I love you all.
Fursuiter is Aurora, the purple husky. Oh my god, she's so damn cute. Musician or favorite artist? I like all of it. I like all the art. No, I don't. You know, no matter what your style, if I like it, I like it. Favorite musician? I don't know. I got tons.
My favourite fursuiter? I don't actually have one, because everyone's amazing, but the people that I have met, like personally, would be Sonny Dingo. You know, he's an amazing, cool guy. I've had a chat with him briefly at Compuzzle this year. All my friends, because they're amazing. All my friends that are artists. My partner that's an artist, and she's also an amazing fursuiter. Go check her out. Just all my friends. Everyone that I know is amazing. I can't really say that, you know, one person over another, because everyone's a favourite. Musicians, not particularly within the fandom, but I enjoy these guys. Pink, I enjoy everything. Yeah, pretty much every bit of music. DJs, not particularly that many. I don't know. if I hear music, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, mine is too. Yeah. Okay, last question for this video. Oh no! Here we go! What advice would you have for any young or new furs out there?
This is from personal experience. If you have a fursuit or you don't have one, let's like your fursuit's your first. Don't let someone tell you that you're less of a person or that your fursuit's bad. Like if you don't have fursuit, don't let someone tell you, well, you're less of a person. You're not true for. That's BS. Fursuit does not make you any less of a person. And if you do have a fursuit and someone says that's bad, well, they can screw off because it's yours. It's special to you. And that's what matters. If it's special to you, then it's a good fursuit. That's all I gotta say. And as well, don't let people get you down. As a great man, as a personal role model, once said, bad times are just times that are bad. And you should always keep that to your heart. So if you're going through a funky time, just remember, bad times are just times that are bad.
The only advice I can give is just be yourself. Don't try to be what other people want you to be. Be yourself and just have fun. That's basically the whole point to this fandom. Don't let anyone push you around.
My advice to younger furs, biggest advice I can give is don't let anybody put rules on the fandom and say that you gotta follow them. What I mean is, don't let anybody tell you you have to have a fursuit to be in this fandom. You have to do this or do that to be in this fandom or be a furry. No, you don't. All you gotta do is be you. That's it. That's all there is to it. Some of you say, well, I can't do that. Why can't you? You are what you make. You bring to life what you speak. If that wasn't true, I wouldn't exist. So, in this fandom, the sky's the limit on artistic creativity. And I'd say, whatever you have your eyes set on, or your heart set on, do it. Get out there and do it. World Wild Fur Camp was a project that I worked on for a long time. It's a 6 to 7 year project that changed and morphed as I got questions answered and went out and looked of how I could do it and building the foundation. And I got told no a lot. I got told that my ideas, people wouldn't like them. The World Wild Fur Camp was said that it was a joke. Nobody would come. And then in 2017, I spoke with an organization that said yes, after I showed them what the furry fandom was. So, and this year was our first year, and it was a hit. And we can't wait to do it again next year. So yeah, go for your dreams, and never take no for an answer.
Well, I think probably my best advice for you would be don't be afraid to really give the fandom a try. Don't be afraid to check out conventions if you've got any interest in, trying out. Can't talk today. Words are good. If you have any desire to try fursuiting or just meeting other furries or becoming active in the fandom, go for it. Me personally, I was really hesitant because it seemed cool, but it seemed kind of weird to me. I kind of come from sort of a more conservative background. I was really uneasy about how I was going to explain it to other people, you know, my friends, my family, my coworkers, because, you know, like I said, I kind of come from a more conservative background, so it's like, hey, how the hell am I going to explain this? But there are ways to kind of explain it in layman's terms, you know, say like, hey, I'm part of a following for cartoon animal fans or mascot fans. People usually are pretty understanding of that. They're pretty accepting of it. And on top of it, I have had some friends, you know, when I tell them about this hobby, at first they're kind of like, okay, that's interesting. Then I show them a video of me, you know, goofing around at a convention or out in public or giving a hug to a child or something, and then they're like, oh, that's pretty cool, or oh, wow, that's really cute. So people are really accepting of it, and yeah, if you give it a shot, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
If I had to give any advice to any new furs, I would say just kind of take the fandom with a grain of salt, really. As with any group of diverse people in the world, there's going to be some bad apples, there's going to be trolls, there's going to be, you know, pervs, delinquents. I mean, I'm not saying that the fandom is like full of all these things, like, you know, it's just a minority of every group. So really, if you come across drama or bad seeds, you know, separate the fandom from the negative of the fandom. Don't make it that the fandom is bad because these bad people are in it. Push the bad people away and enjoy the good. The fandom is great. The fandom is full of wonderful people, very caring and amazing people who are very talented, and, you know, they don't deserve to be lumped in with all the bad. So really, you know, keep those things separate from each other and just enjoy the fandom the best you can, because it's what you make of it. So there you go.
Enjoy people's company. Don't be naive. And if people get shitty with you, fucking ignore them. Don't sit there and ramble on about it and get mad and post about it and then retweet about it and then, you know, make a whole big drama thing about it. Because I've seen a lot of young people do that, and it's just like, this could all be avoided by hitting one block button. Now you have these people making fun of you online, and you look dumb, Seawolf. I mean, shit.
It would be don't rush into things and just take every day one step at a time, because, you know, young, everything's new, everything's exciting, you want to do everything, but don't rush into things. Just take it a day at a time, or take it as fast or as slow as what you need to, and to be honest, just enjoy yourself, because this is what this life is meant for. Just enjoy it. And with this fandom as a whole, we're full of so many amazing, caring, compassionate and loving people that you could potentially go around just make friends with anyone. So, you know, just be awesome. Well, you are awesome, but, you know.
That was some great answers, guys. Thanks for another great video. I guess, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So thanks again, Oxide. I appreciate you taking the time. I'm sorry for the long video and the gorilla style for videography. And you all have a wonderful, lovely day. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you very much. It was very nice talking to you.
I'm the dog father Al Capone. I love you. You matter. And have a good night.
Anyway, yeah, hey Oxide, thanks for asking me to do this. Yeah, thanks for having me be a part of this and for giving me an excuse to put this thing on. I never complain about that. Peace out.
So thanks for having me. Bye. Bye. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on my show, Oxide. I appreciate it very much. Have a good day.
Well, thank you, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Peace.